Previously on LEGO Survivor. After David was eliminated from the game, this left Haley and Michelle in the dark and in the outs. However, Dave was thinking of sparing them and voting Buck off instead. However, his alliance was reluctant on doing so since Buck voted with them. At the rookies camp, things weren't looking good for Chris when both sides needed his vote if they lost again, and Chris did not want to be the one to make the decision. However, at the immunity challenge, he was pretty much going to have to, since they lost once again and was sent to tribal council for the 4th time. Back at the rookies camp, both sides pressured Chris onto getting his vote, and thus he became the swing vote, and it was really difficult for him. When it came to tribal council, though, once again the vote was split based on alliances. However, Chris sided with Zoe and Jeffrey, and with a vote of 3-2, Everett was eliminated from the game. With Everett's elimination, the castaway count drops to 11. Who will be voted out next? Thank you for siding with us, Chris. Yeah, no problem. I know it was pretty hard for you, though. Yeah. Last night was really difficult for me. I really did not want to pick between Everett or Zoe, but ultimately I voted Everett off over Zoe for one reason, and that was because he was content on going, whereas Zoe was still having a fighting spirit in her. And I want someone like that on the team, whereas Everett was just fine with going home, and I don't want that type of person on the team. I do feel bad for Laura, though. Yeah, well, she is the next one to go. Way to kill the mood, Jeffrey. Sorry. I can really tell that Chris is really upset right now because of how isolated Laura is, and he doesn't really want her gone. But I mean, it's kind of a logical fact. I mean, I'm not voting Zoe. I gave her my word, and I truly trust Chris. He's like one of the more trustworthy guys here. That would leave us with no other option but to get rid of Laura if we were to lose. So how are you feeling? Not really well. Well, listen. The only reason why I voted Everett off is because he was kind of okay with going home, whereas Zoe wasn't. She still had a fighting spirit to her. And I want that type of person on the team. No, I get that. It's just, I'm worried that I'm the next one gone. Well, Zoe and Jeffrey might vote for you, but whatever happens, I'm not voting you. Oh, well, that's good. I'm really scared right now because Everett was voted off and he was my only ally. And Chris is telling me that I'm not the next one to go, but I don't know. I really want to trust him, but if I have a feeling that I can't, I'm going to have to play my idol. Hey, did you guys see where Claire went? No, not really. Wonder where she went. So, when I called my alliance over, I noticed that Claire was missing. So, I was wondering where the heck she was. And, yeah. Hopefully she's not plotting behind my back, because if there's any plot of trying to get me out, then, well, I might have to end up rebelling against her. Alright, listen. I know that we try to vote you off, but it was only because that's kind of what David and Haley really wanted. No, I really kind of understand what you're saying. I mean, if you were kind of ordered by them to do it, I don't really blame you. Okay, good. Because I really want Haley gone. But why? Think about it. She's a threat, and she's also got good strategy. She can easily make it to the merge again, and I just don't want to deal with her in the merge. Okay, then. So I talked with Michelle, and she is wanting to get rid of Haley. This is good news and also bad news. Good news because, you know, we got an extra number. But bad news is because Dave really wants to get rid of Buck. So, but this could be my sole opportunity to dethrone his power to show that he's not the one in charge. There you are. Where were you? Oh, I was talking to Michelle. About what? That's classified. Okay, then. Claire's acting suspicious, you know. She told us that the whole reason she talked to Michelle was classified, And now I'm thinking, is she kind of trying to plot against the Alliance? Because if there's any truth to that, we gotta cut her loose. Besides, she's one of our weaker members. So, if it comes down to it, maybe we do have to vote her off. So where's your head at this point? I don't know. I feel like that Alliance could go after me, but I don't know. Well, out of all those four, who would you want gone the most? To me, the one I want gone the most might be Dave, just because he's the biggest threat. But the easiest person to vote off might be Claire, since she's the weakest. Oh yeah, I definitely can see that. I had to talk with Buck, because, I don't know, I have to talk to someone, so... And Michelle didn't really want to talk to me for some odd reason, but whatever. Anyways, he told me that he kind of wanted Dave gone, but he also wanted Claire gone. Personally, I don't care which one of those two go. So, you know what? One of them goes, that's good with me. Welcome to your next immunity challenge. First things first, Returnees, getting your new look at the new Rookies tribe. Everett voted out at the last tribal council. So, here's how this challenge will work. 4 people, and 4 members of your team, will be doing a tug-of-war competition. You've got to get the centerpiece part there past your color. The Rookies are green, and the Returnees are red. The first team to get this center part past their color wins immunity, safe from the vote. Losers, tribal council, someone will be the 6th person voted out after 18 days. So, sit your members out and we'll get started. Alright, Monica, Michelle, and Joey are sitting out. Everyone else, survivors ready? Go! All of them with a grip on the rope. Let's see what's gonna happen. And the Returnees tribe gets the whole Rookie tribe to the ground. Jeffrey's tugging the rope even more. Oh, and he just entirely dragged all of them off and left Dave just hanging Dave trying to get more grip onto the rope. But they're getting dragged even closer to the end. Oh, and the piece went past the color. And just like that, that was pretty short, actually. But the Rookies win immunity, safe from the vote. Congratulations, Rookies. You have won immunity, safe from the vote. Awesome. This is the 2nd immunity win. Woohoo! Returnees, I'll be seeing you tonight at Tribal Council, where the 6th person will be voted out. Head back to camp. Thank God we won, because I did not want to have to vote Laura off. Because I don't want to vote Laura off. And I don't want it to go to a tie and have to do fire. That would suck. So, I'm glad that we won, that we're going in the merge like this. But we are so down in numbers. So, we're going to have to pull something out of our butts here. Alright, we good on Buck? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay, good. Guys, be for real. Are you seriously just gonna follow Dave? He's becoming power hungry. I mean, I will agree with you on that. I mean, he's just so obsessed with making a big move. Exactly. Maybe we should vote him off. Actually, maybe we should vote for Haley. But why? She's not a threat. Yes, she is. And she also is just gonna cause chaos if we get to the merge. And is gonna immediately jump onto the Rookies' side. Plus, that's what Michelle wants, so we could cause a majority there. That's a good point. So Claire really wants to show that Dave is not the one in charge, and is trying to get me and Monica to vote off Haley. Personally, I have mixed feelings with that. Personally, I think we should still stick with the plan, but then again, I can't trust Haley because, you know, she's on the outs and she's probably just going to jump ship once it comes to the merge. Okay, guys, listen. We need to vote for Dave. But why? Well, he's a threat, he's strong, And if he gets to the merge, he's just going to win every single immunity challenge. I mean, you got a point there. The dude's pretty physical. Exactly, so we need to vote him off. So Haley wants to vote off Dave, which is a smart move, but not really the best move. Because it's smart, because Dave is a physical threat. He's got an alliance of 4, and he's really strong. So that's a good reason to vote him off. However, it's not that smart because I can just use him as a shield. Because since he's a physical threat, he's obviously going to be targeted way before me. So I feel like I have nothing to worry about there. So we need to talk. About what? Well, Haley came up to me and Buck and told us to vote you off. Wait, what? Why? I don't know, she just said you're a physical threat. Well, did she tell Buck about it? Yeah. And what's his verdict? I don't know, I'm still thinking he's still on board with trying to vote you off. Well then, we're just gonna vote him off. But Haley's going after you. True, but I want Buck gone more. So now I've got the new nickname for Dave. The guy who's strong physically, but weak mentally. Like, is he stupid? You have to go after Haley or else it's gonna be you. So, I'm trying to warn him, but he's not buying it. But I still may consider voting Haley off just because. But who knows, I might switch to Dave. Alright, welcome returnees to Tribal Council. So, it's your second time being here. Joey, if you guys won again, how would that be? Well, I feel like if we won, that would be slightly unfair because the other tribe's down to 4 and we have 7. So, I'd feel like it'd be a little unfair, but, you know, an extra win would have been better for us, but, you know, we still got the numbers going into the merge. And speaking of the merge, Dave, throughout this game, you've been, I don't want to really say this, but you've kind of been starting to carry your team at certain points. Does that mean you could be a threat? Well, I mean, depends on how you look at it. I mean, I'm pretty strong, but I really think it's a good thing because, you know, it helps us win challenges. There's just people who are making it weak and we gotta eliminate them. Alright, and speaking of which, Claire, and your performances and challenges are the opposite of Dave. They're not so good. Does that make you worried? Well, not really, because since people view me weaker than Dave, that makes me less likely to be targeted. Well then, let's see about that. It's time to vote. Claire, you'll start us off. The only reason why I'm voting for you is to basically take power from Dave. Nothing personal. You might have voted with us, but that doesn't mean I trust you. I feel like you could flip to the other side easily, so gotta vote you off. Tonight's vote was difficult between you two, but you deserve to go home more. You're the biggest threat here. That's pretty much why you need to go. Kind of self-explanatory. Alright, I have the votes. Now if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now is the time to do so. Alright, I'll read the vote. First vote. Buck. Dave. That's 1 vote Buck, 1 vote Dave. Third vote. Dave. That's 2 votes Dave, 1 vote Buck. Haley. That's 1 vote Haley, 2 votes Dave, 1 vote Buck. Fifth vote. Haley. We're tied. 2 votes Haley, 2 votes Dave, 1 vote Buck. 2 votes left. Sixth vote. Haley. That's 3 votes Haley, 2 votes Dave, 1 vote Buck, 1 vote left. Final vote. 6th person voted out of LEGO Survivor Rookies vs. Returnees. Haley. Haley, that's 4 votes. That's enough for tonight. You need to bring me your torch. Haley, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. I don't really think it was smart for them to vote me off. I wasn't as big of a threat as Dave, but they still voted me off anyway. It would have been a bigger move and a better idea to just vote Dave off. He was going to be a bigger threat, but now they're just going to let him get into the merge, and now he's just going to dominate in challenges. And if he does, then, well, that's not my fault.